All right, so today we're going to be talking about the queen of the pirates, Zheng Yi Sao, wife of Zheng. With so many pop culture references, including Pirates of the Caribbean and the recent release of Legends of the Sea Dog in the Doctor Who series, Zheng Yi Sao is one of the most famous pirates that most people don't know. Other references in pop culture includes the Jolly Rogers song, The Bloody Rose of China, and The Flower Boat Girl by Larry Fane, and so many more. Now, how did this real-life pirate queen go from sex worker to commander of the largest pirate fleet the world has ever known, and then getting pardoned for all of her crimes and building a gambling empire in her later years? To start with, one has to realize some of the differences between European and Asian pirates. In Europe, it is considered bad luck for a woman to be on the ships. Chinese pirates don't have this same fear of women. Now, this bitch was feared, but not because she was a woman. In fact, these Chinese fleets had not just women, but children on board, entire families. In her early years, Shi Yang worked in a floating brothel in the Guangdong province of China. As you can imagine, not much is known about her early life. Now, how did she move from sex worker to pirate queen? One could take her life story and break it down into 3 easy steps to become pirate queen. Step 1. Marry a pirate. Zheng Yi was a well-known pirate of the time. His family had been pirates for 500 years. When he met and married Shi Yang, she took his name and her name became Zheng Yi Sao, literally wife of Zheng. Shortly after they married, another pirate, Zheng Qi, and cousin of Zheng Yi, died. Zheng Yi took command of his vessels as well, making their fleet much larger. After this, there became a lot of infighting among these pirates, and they really were not getting along. Zheng Yi Sao, though, ended up being a master negotiator and organized these fleets into a loose confederation that we now refer to as the Pirate Confederation. She broke this Pirate Confederation up into 6 fleets based on the color of flag that they flew. Zheng Yi took the red flag fleet. There was also the black flag, the blue flag, the white flag, the yellow flag, and the purple flag fleets. With the help of Zheng Yi Sao, Zheng Yi also took a loose command of the entire fleet. Step 2. Your husband dies. On the 16th of November, 1807, Zheng Yi fell overboard and drowned. While immediately things started to break apart, Zheng Yi Sao quickly stepped in and, being the master negotiator she was, brought control of the Red Fleet together and kept control of the Confederation as well. Years earlier, Zheng Yi had abducted a 15-year-old boy named Zheng Bao, who was basically his adopted son. Zheng Yi Sao made sure that Zheng Bao was in command of the Red Fleet and became his lover. Some believe that she was probably his lover well before the death of her husband. Step 3. Consolidate Power. This confederation continued, but the Red Fleet became a terror on the Chinese waters. In 1808, they ambushed Lin Gaoling's fleet, destroying all 35 of his ships. A month later, they also destroyed the fleet of Lin Fa, cutting the Chinese navy in half. This left this pirate confederation the undisputed rulers of the Chinese seas. Zheng Yi Sao and Zheng Bao were the strongest fleet with the Red Fleet. All of this not only gave them tremendous power in the area, but also brought on the ire of not just the Chinese fleet, but also the Portuguese and the British. And soon the Portuguese and the British, with their larger ships, came in to also patrol the waters. Perhaps seeing that the end is coming, or perhaps knowing that she was ready for retirement, and this was a really good negotiating position she was in, she met with Beiling to negotiate her fleet's surrender. But she had her own demands. She agreed that Zhang Bao and the Red Fleet would stop patrolling the area and terrorizing, under the condition that none of her crew were prosecuted, that Zhang Bao was to keep 20 to 30 of his ships and be given a command in the Chinese Navy, and that all of her pirates were to be not just forgiven for their crimes, but were to be given food, wine, and money. At first, Bai Lang balked at these commands, but at a later negotiation, he agreed to them. Between her personal fleet and the Red Fleet, they surrendered 226 ships, 17,318 pirates, plus all of the cannons and other weapons that they had in their command. Now a part of the Chinese Navy, Zhang Bao went after the Blue Fleet, a member of his own confederation, and brought them under control. A few years later, at the age of 36, he also died at sea, leaving Jing Yisao a widow for the second time. However, she wasn't going to let this stop her. She took the monies that she had and opened up a gambling house where she worked in relative peace until she died at the age of about 68 or 69. Is it any wonder that this powerful, charismatic woman has captured the heart and the love of so many historians and fiction writers? While many of the stories that we hear about her are clearly fictionalized or complete fiction, her life is a real story. For the fictional words of another strong character, this one completely fictional, click here to see what She-Hulk has to say.